Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mike Dolce Show. Boom! We're going live on YouTube, pre recorded on audio on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play. There's like 8 other places that we are. And I hope that you have us there. But if not, we're always here on YouTube, the video. So you can see me, boom, flexing the bicep of truth, spitting knowledge, and helping you guys move the chains down the field. 1 inch at a time, 1 yard at a time, one down at a time, whatever it is. Uncle Mike is here to help you. But today, we want to talk about all the rage. Yahoo headline today: Mike Dolce loses 23.2 pounds in 21 days while following his world-renowned 3 weeks to shredded program. Boom, bang, bing. You've probably seen me, I know you have, over the last few weeks, 3 weeks though, slowly get leaner and lighter and more svelte. If you're watching on the YouTube channel, if you're listening on the podcast, I sound lighter, don't I? Don't I just sound lighter? Well, I got to tell you, I am lighter. I am happier. I am leaner. I am faster. I am stronger. I am more energized. I am more confident in myself and in my abilities. It's crazy what challenging yourself will do. I set a goal for myself in early June saying, hey, you know what? It's time that I step it up. Let's get shredded. Let's do the deal. Let's put my money where my mouth is, or my mouth where my money is. I don't know how that's going to go. But I stepped up and did it. And many of you out there stepped up and did it too. And you're part of the private Facebook group, my private Facebook group, to which hello to everybody. So I stepped up and I started my own version, or my own program, in the online version of the 3 weeks to shredded system. That's all at thedolcediet.com. I'm sure you heard about it. You've heard me talk about it. You've heard your neighbors, your teammates, your coworkers, your aunts, your uncles, your brothers, your sisters, your parents talk about the Dolce Diet 3 weeks to shredded program. This is the most successful. Let me say it again. This is the most successful, healthy weight loss program ever devised, as proven. I wouldn't just make a statement without proof, as proven by the world's greatest athletes for over 20 years, competing at the highest levels of international competition in a weight class dominated sport. The Dolce Diet 3 weeks to shredded program has a 100% success ratio over 20 years, working with the world's greatest athletes who have to weigh in before they're allowed to compete, with tens of millions of dollars on the line, with fame and fortune, with a legendary status on the line. 100% of the time, the 3 weeks to shredded program has worked for them. 100% of the time means every single time it's been attempted, it has worked perfectly. Not so, but perfectly. 3 weeks to shredded was intended to lose on average 21 pounds in 21 days while helping our world-class athletes get ready for international weight class oriented competition. What we found was, when the average person, the lay person, the civilian, the weekend warrior, to which I am, I'm not fighting for world titles. I'm not out there competing against the nation's best. I'm just trying to live a healthy life. I'm just trying to feel good in my own skin. I'm just trying to keep up with my 4-year-old and my 2-year-old. I'm just trying to chase my wife around the kitchen. That's all I'm concerned with: living a long, healthy, active, athletic life and feeling good in my own skin. What's crazy is we realized the same nutrition the world's greatest athletes use to dominate international competition was equally valuable with the average person just looking to feel better and be better and live better. It is no harder, it is no easier, it is no different than just living a healthy, active life if you simply follow the system that we have built. We like to say our grandmother, Rhoda, Brandy's grandma, Grams, aka Grams, 89-year-old Grams, had the exact same grocery shopping list as the legendary Ronda Rousey. 89-year-old Grams in Grams camp doing knitting and water aerobics was shopping for the exact same foods as UFC Hall of Fame legendary athlete Ronda Rousey. Doesn't that make sense? If it works for the world's greatest athletes that can't make any mistakes on their nutrition, why would that not be the best possible nutrition program for the average healthy individual? Well, a lot of times, most diets are too restrictive. It's calorie counting and excluding complete food groups. It's living on pills and powders and potions and all of this scientific gobbledygook, which is really just sales and marketing material. It's not even science. It's just bastardized science used to market. We got rid of all of that and we focused on real food. And 3 Weeks to Shredded is a real food approach to living a very long life, but crushing your short-term athletic and fitness goals in the process. That's what 3 Weeks to Shredded is, and that's what I just went through over 21 days, and I've documented everything daily, multiple photos and videos and stepping on the scale and weight measurements and bod pods. I've documented the entire process for you guys, to which I'll wrap up and put into some cool videos and stuff as we continue on. But today was the weigh-in day. This morning, I weighed in at 204. Was it 204.2? I think it was 204.2, 204. Let me see here. Now I forget. I started at 27.8 pounds and I finished at 204.6. 27.8 pounds 21 days ago. 227, sorry. 227.8 pounds to this morning. I was 204.6. 23.2 pounds I've lost in 21 days. This is an above average result. Individual results may vary, of course. More important than the scale's just whatever. The scale is clickbait, if you will. That gets you to be like, holy cow, dude lost 23 plus pounds in 21 days. Yes, that's true, and that's awesome. More important than the scale, I feel awesome. I feel awesome. I'm so freaking motivated. I have so much energy. Not one day did I not have energy. Not one day was I too tired. Not one day was I waiting to get adapted to my healthy meal plan. That makes no sense. One of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. There was no need to adapt to real healthy food. I simply had meal one, and meal one day when I said, wow, this is amazing. It's delicious. I love it. I feel great. Meal two, I can't believe I get to eat this right now. Meal three, really? This seems like a lot of food. I'm not hungry at all, but okay, I'll eat it. Meal four, wow, this is awesome. Meal five, I get to eat this for dinner. God bless you. Meal six, I get dessert. Are you crazy? Every single day, that's the way it was. Every single day, I crushed my workout. In fact, I started doing more activities, participating in more activities because I had so much additional energy. Even while eating less calories than I had previously over the prior 3 months, where I was in more of a gaining, bulking, strength, meathead phase, as I like to call that. I was eating probably over 3,800 to 4,000 total calories per day, average out, let's say 38 to 4,200. On the 3 Weeks to Shredded program, I was eating closer to 2,500, like swinging from 22 to 2,800, which is still a lot of food. That's a lot of food when you're eating real food, 2,500 calories worth of real food. That's a lot of food. That's how I was able to lose 23.2 pounds in 21 days. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine? Nothing fits me. I had to go out and buy all new bathing suits. I'm wearing now like larges instead of extra large shirts. I was in extra larges not a few days ago even. Now I'm down into larges. I'm like, shit, maybe sliding into some of my medium tank tops now because the upper body, the chest and shoulders, still a little on swole, which is a good thing. But I think you can tell how great I feel. I wanted to talk to you because I talk I reported it to you in the beginning, and I know you've been following the journey. I did most of what I did on Instagram, right? So you can go check out the Dolce Diet Instagram account. You can see a lot more about this. You can see my weekly, bi-weekly weigh-ins. It was like, every 3 to 5 days or so, you could see my progression of 227, 225, 222, 2 whatever, 17, 215, 212, all the way down, how fast and how rapid it was. I've been getting my bod pods done. I'll continue to get the bod pods done. I'll get one done in a few days to see because I haven't lost any lean muscle tissue during this period of time. Let's see now that I'm finished if I've lost any lean muscle tissue. I've lost a dramatic amount of body weight, a dramatic amount of body fat. Let's see. Now what am I going to do? I've lost 23.2 pounds in 21 days. Now what's the goal? The goal is round 2 of 3 weeks to shredded. Whoa, Dolce. What are you, cutting a lightweight? No. Round 2 of 3 weeks to shredded. What is round 2? Those of you who are blue belt educated in nutrition understand what reverse dieting is. I just went in 21 days from 227 down to 204. I just lost 23 pounds in 21 days following a rhythmic, cyclical calorie and carbohydrate scaled diet. Up and down like the stock market, refeeds, kind of dipping back down. Never once did we drop carbohydrates. Never once. When I say drop carbohydrates, I mean remove carbohydrates. Sometimes carbs were high, sometimes carbs were low. Usually carbs were moderate. That's the way we are. So we had high refeed days and kind of a little bit lower, but never did we have a carb-free day. Never would we be even close. On our lowest carb day, we wouldn't even be close to being considered anywhere near a ketogenic minded program. Not even close. It's ridiculous. That makes no sense. That's a whole point of another video. But what we did from day 1 to day 21, kind of starting here at day 1, stock marketing our way down to day 21, I revert back right now tomorrow to day 1 of round 2. Inside the system at thedolcediet.com, I reset my weight. So I've updated my weights to be from 227 down to 204. What I'm going to do is I'm intentionally going to refeed myself up to about 208 or 209. 209 feels like a good weight right now, but we'll see how my body holds on to that weight. I will reset right back to that 208, 209, and I will start round 2 of 3 weeks to shred it. Now, what is round 2? And when I said reverse diet, what does that mean? That means the calorie intake at day 1 is higher than the calorie intake at day 21, especially when you average it over a 3-day period, which we typically do when we talk about nutrition. I don't care so much about what you're eating today as I do what you ate yesterday, today, and tomorrow. That matters much more with your progress. Today's calories don't matter as much as yesterday and tomorrow matters in totality. We pay attention to that. So when you go to day 21, I reset right back to day 1, and we see a nutrient infusion. The first 10 days, 12 days of 3 weeks to shredded have a rather high total caloric intake. I'm definitely cresting closer to 3,000 calories than I am the last 10 days, closer to 2,000 calories. Never really below 2,000, never really above. So I pretty much stay inside that zone, but it's the refeed. During that refeed, the first 2 weeks or so of round 2, the round I'm about to start of 3 weeks to shredded, I'm going to put on some muscle. I'm going to put on some lean, functional, healthy, crisp, athletic muscle. Now, me, a guy my age, guy my size, 43-year-old guy who's been training for 30 plus years, I will be ecstatic if I can put on 1 pound of lean functional muscle mass on this round through. It's very rare. And those of you who know the game, it's very rare for guys and gals for advanced. I'm in advanced training. I've been doing it for so long. I've hit big numbers. I've trained. I've done it, right? You guys know I've done it. Very hard, very difficult to put on an excessive amount of lean functional tissue, muscle tissue, in the course of a year, a few months period of time. The way 3 weeks to shredded is designed, though, as we pull the weight down, we allow a super composition phase where you can actually super compensate for the reduction, the calorie influx for the first 2 weeks or so. And really, if you dial in your training, if you dial in your rest, if you dial in your stress management, you can get a nice bump. And I'm looking for that bump. I'm looking to gain at least 1 pound. I'm going to conservatively say 1 pound. It could be as many as 3 to 4. I could gain a pound of weak lean muscle tissue. I'll be happy to gain half a pound a week. Let's say half, 1.5 pounds of lean muscle tissue over the next 3 weeks. That, fingers crossed, will be my goal. I want to lose double that in body fat. So if I can gain 1.5 pounds of lean muscle tissue and 4 pounds of additional body fat, that's 1.5 pounds per week, 4.5 pounds. If I can do that over the next 3 weeks, I'm going to go play the lottery, because that's pretty gosh darn exceptional. And those of you who know the game know, understand it. So that's what I'm trying to do now. That's my goal. You're not going to see a dramatic reduction. I'll probably be floating in the lower twos, 202, 204, 206 during this phase. And as all things go well, as I think they do, as I know they will, I'm probably going to do a round 3. We'll see. I might get down. The goal for me, tentative goal, is to get down sub 200, high 190s. Kind of like my post UFC fit phase, get down to like 198, 196 at like 7% body fat. That's tough. Trust me, that's hard. It's hard to get single digit. It's hard to maintain single digit. It's not something I will do long term, but I do need a little bit of a metabolic reset. I think I've been too big for too long, strong and healthy. I love being a meathead. I've been up over 210, like 210 to 220 for 2 years, 3 years maybe. I love it. My wife loves it. She loves me at that size, but I do need a bit of a metabolic reset. I feel for me, I want to shrink that skin back down. I want things to get nice and tighter for a while. I want to be wearing a medium skin t-shirt, right? Not the extra large skin t-shirt, just so all that muscle maturity really shows. What else? So there you go. I think that's it. I'm going to answer some questions. I'm going to jump out of here. 23.2 pounds down in 21 days following the DolceDiet.com's 3 weeks to shredded program. If you want to try it, go to the DolceDiet.com and get started. Use promo code DolceTube, save your 10%. You get a full money back refund within the first 24 hours. If you log on, you don't like it, whatever, I give you your money back. I don't care. If you want to try it, please test it out. Start. Make your change if you want to, because you guys hit me up all the time with all the questions in the world. I've literally built this program for you. My team and I have built this program for you. We've perfected it, and we continue to update it to make sure this is the most innovative, the most sophisticated, the most successful online, personalized, healthy weight loss program available. And me, come on, 43-year-old man with 2 toddlers, a 4-year-old, a 2-year-old running around. My work schedule is absolutely insane. Own my own business. I'm working 7 days a week, constantly, always traveling, and I was able to lose 23 pounds in 21 days. What could you do? Summer's here, North America. Don't you want to get that summer body? You have time right now to get that crazy summer body. By mid-July, you could have that 10, 15, 20-pound banging, booming body. Why wouldn't you start right now? I'm on round 2 already. You remember when I started round 1? Well, here I am, 23 pounds down already. What have you done? No disrespect. What have you done during the last 3 weeks? Well, I've been doing this. What have you been doing? Because the clock is going to go anyway. That clock is going anyway. The hour's going to pass anyway. You might as well make the most of it. You might as well get to where you want to be, get in the best shape of your life. And the DolceDiet.com 3 weeks of shredded program is that. It is that. And it's there for you if you want. Let's answer some questions now. What's up, Mike Benavidez? Bodies, what's up, man? Thumbs, and that's right, everybody, thumbs up, bang, 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 bang. I want to see big thumbs up, a little applause for Uncle Mike. 23 pounds down, that's big deal. I'm pretty proud of myself. I set that goal and I achieved that goal, and that's a pretty cool thing. So if you guys, and if you appreciate any of the free content and all the stuff I'm going to give you right now, answering your questions, let's get some thumbs up going. That lets me know you're out there. It lets me know you care, truly. And hopefully it lets YouTube know that you guys care about the content, care about this channel, so YouTube can start to recommend us a little bit more to cool people like yourself. We can start to build that community. Paul Denman, you are awesome. You're awesome, Paul. Ben Well, come with me if you want to lift. Exactly. I love this shirt. Mike Benavidez, coach, I'm down 7 pounds in 7 days on 3 weeks to shredded. Boom. See, it's not just me. It's not just me talking here. There's a community of people, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people have tried 3 weeks to shredded and had freaking insane, crazy results. We have tens of thousands of people inside the online platform crushing it. crushing it from around the world, which is super cool. Why wouldn't you start? So why wouldn't you start? That's the one thing I was like, why wouldn't you start? You get the most sophisticated, awesome success, like battle tested, proven, legitimately researched and proven weight loss program available to you, personalized to you. You get a complete money back guarantee if you don't like it for some reason. You get me, this crazy energized coach, every single day answering every one of your questions. Why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you start? But Mike says, Coach, I'm down 7 pounds in 7 days on 3 weeks of shredded. 4 lists, low intensity, steady state, cardiovascular activity. For those that don't know, in the morning, can I add fresh lemon juice to my morning water, or does it impact the effect before and after? You know what, Mike, this is actually a great question. Yes, you can add lemon juice to your water. Will it have an effect on insulin production? Yes, it will. Will it break the bank, though? No, it will not. You performing 30 to 60 minutes of low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity, walking would be ideal, is amazing. This is what I did almost every day. And I have a little shot of espresso in the morning before I do mine. And that does technically break the fast. And there is a minuscule amount of insulin produced as a result of that, as some data clearly shows. Is it complete? Is it in me? I don't know, but I'll defer and say, yeah, it does. Has it have a negative effect on me? No. Every single morning, this is what I did. I'm down 23.2 pounds. You're down 7 pounds already in 7 days. We're on the exact same plan right now. A little bit of that, you're good to go. Van Long, boom, bang, bing. Looking amazing, Coach Van. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Mr. 4, Coach, this is, yay, SB. What's up, SB? Got 2 weeks left, going strong. I am so proud of you. Absolutely crushing it. You finally got the notification. I think YouTube is starting to get on the community bandwagon, starting to promote our channel a little bit because you guys are so awesome. You're engaged. Bang, bang, bang. And you don't mind throwing those thumbs up because I really do appreciate those. Ronald McCoy, what's up? Angel Poblano, what's up? Hope all is well, Mike. It's Crypta. Crypta, I know who you are now, my friend from IG, still following along with the next round of 3 weeks to Shredded. Going to be in Santa Cruz on the 12th. Going to be shredded at the beach. Bang, my friend. You are crushing it. I'm so stoked for you. Logan, I'm trying to help my mother lose weight, and your content is incredibly helpful and motivational. Thanks a million. Unfortunately, she's allergic to the seeds in the breakfast bowl. Can you help? Yeah, pull them completely. No problem. What can she have? Me not knowing, and there's so many different allergies out there. If she has any sort of seed allergy, pull all the seeds and continue on. Don't even worry about it. Can she have any sort of nuts? I mean, can she have sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds? What is she allergic to specifically? Is it the chia? Is it the hemp? Is it the flaxseed? There's a lot of different seeds that we can sub in there. If she's allowed, speak with her doctor, please. Buddies, Coach, I'm following the Dolce Diet principles and doing lists and training soccer 3 times a week, but my body isn't improving. I can't lose anymore. Well, you said you're following the principles, but are you following a specific program? Because you might have gotten yourself to that 90 plus percentile. We say eating real food, following the principles, that gets you about 90% of the way to where your goal is. Everybody probably looks at you and like, holy cow, this guy, this Badis looks awesome. He's training soccer 3 times a week. He's getting in 3 times a week of runs. He's probably lifting some weights on there. That's a fit person. But to you in your own mind, you're like, oh man, I just want to have the perfect lower belly fat, the perfect whatever. If that's the case, then you need structure. You need structure. You need the accountability. That's what I needed. Look at my before picture. Me at 227, I look pretty good. I had abs at 227. I had vascularity in my kind of bicep. I looked pretty good at 227. Nobody would look at me and say, that dude's out of shape. You said, dude, that's a fit looking dude right there at 227. It's funny. I bumped into my buddy last night. I haven't seen him in about a month or so. I bumped into him at the fair. It's the July 4th fair around here. Bumped into a fair. He's like, bro, you put on weight? I started laughing. I was wearing a tank top. I was like, no, I've lost 20 pounds. He's like, get the bleep out of here. I was like, yep, I was down 20 pounds. He's like, holy bleep. He's like, holy shit. He's like, man, he's like, I saw you. He's like, you look like you've put on 20 pounds just simply because everything is more sculpted. I mean, more sculpted, more shapely. That's the beauty of losing the weight. So buddies, you could be in that same exact example. But now that I'm leaner, now that I'm 20 pounds down, I realize, yeah, I had abs at that higher body weight, but I wasn't shredded. The goal now is to get shredded. I still have more work to do, right? I want to get that scraped out look. I want to get that Marvel comic book superhero look. That's the look I'm going for right now. And the scale doesn't matter as much on round 2 of 3 weeks to Shredded. The scale's not that big of a deal. Now it's more about the decks of the bod pod, the dunk tanks, the performance. It's about really seeing that discernible lean mass ratio shift. Oakland, what's up? What's up? No pain, no gain, boy. Marcin, thumbs up from big up from London. I appreciate that, Marcin. Thank you. Van Long, plans for July 4th, just chilling. Family time. I live on the beach, man. So every day is a holiday in my life. That's the beautiful thing. But I worked my ass off to get here. I worked my ass off to get in the position that I'm in my life, and all the stuff I've done behind the camera that you guys have never heard about. That's what put me in this position. That's what allows me to live a life now of philanthropy. Is that a good term? To be a philanthropist in many ways, to be just a purveyor of good, clean, healthy, positive lifestyle information. Whether you ever buy something from me or my team or not, I don't care. It's nice if you chip in a little bit eventually along the way. I got kids to put in college soon. But I'm here to help people. I am here to help people. I'm here to help you. If there's something I do, if there's something I say, if there's something I give you, if there's some tip I throw out there and you use that in a positive manner and that makes your life just a little bit better, I'm happy. I'm happy. Done deal. Go to bed, sleep like a baby. I've been able to structure my life, get my life to the point through much pain, much blood, sweat, and tears. Let me tell you, to get to the point now that I can be as giving and caring and open as possible. That's what I'm trying to do here with this channel. That's why, hopefully all your thumbs up are so appreciated, and hopefully YouTube spreads this. I think you guys like this content. I think you can see through if I'm a lying POS. You can tell immediately, right? I'm clear, I'm open, I'm honest, I'm transparent. I don't hide anything. I answer every question. I tell you exactly what I'm doing in my life. I show you on my Instagram with the photos and the befores and afters. I give you as much as I can. If I was like a Kristen Guzman or a Rich Piana, let's say, and I had film crews following me around, or if I all that know-how, I would probably do that a little bit more. But again, I have toddlers in my house, and I'm not one of those dudes who likes to put their kids on social media, which is why I kind of keep it all to the in-gym. I'd love to do like behind the scenes of my whole life. It'd be cool to take you guys in my real life to just hang out a little bit and see what I go through, and hopefully all the people that I connect with. I don't know. I don't even know how many people I talk to about this in a given day. 100 people. I mean, I'm on the beach. I'm answering people's questions. I'm having conversations. It always turns away. I'm in the coffee shop. I'm at the gas station. Like I'm at the post office. I walk outside my front door. It's crazy. It's awesome. But anyway, I don't know how I got on that topic. I have no plans. I just, holiday or not holiday, Monday through Sunday, doesn't matter. I don't care what day it is. My mission never changes. That was the question. Devon, what do you think about doing a celebration walk where you walk a mile with a weighted vest or backpack with the amount of pounds you lost as a way to celebrate the progress you made? Devon, I think that's actually a great idea. I like that idea because I am such a freaking beast. I don't think that would matter to me. With respect, I love that idea, and that's got my wheels turning big time right now. That's awesome. Would you come out? Would you guys come to New Jersey and do some sort of walk with me or event? Maybe we'll go onto the beach and maybe we'll walk in the sand. We'll walk a mile in the sand and we'll hang out. We'll work out. We'll go grab a meal together. Would you guys be interested in doing something like that? Maybe in August or so? Would you be down to come down to the Jersey Shore and hang out on the beach and go and do something like fitness related and go grab some meals and maybe we'll do like a seminar back at the office? I'm down. I think that's a super cool idea. If you guys are down, I'm down. I'm going to be here anyway. I'm going to be at the beach anyway. I'm going to be working out anyway. I'm going to be eating awesome food anyway. And I'm probably going to be talking a hell of a lot anyway. So if you guys want to come and hang out and do that, I think that would be super cool. If you're interested, don't leave that in the chat though, because it'll get lost. Leave it in the comments before this video. If that sounds interesting, leave it in the comments below this video. I'd be looking towards like August or so. That would probably be a good time to do it. Give everyone time to get out here if you're not out here already. But why not come and take a little mini vacay to the Jersey Shore in August? It's beautiful. Oh my God, it's beautiful. This is heaven. This where I live in this part of the world, this is a slice of heaven. Don't let all the Paulie D's fool you. William, what's up, coach? When should I eat before Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practice? And should it be a full meal? Really depends. You should have full meals all throughout the day, right? Should be eating 2 to 4 full meals per day. Before Jits practice, I want a mid-meal, a smaller meal, a snack. I like personally, before Jiu-Jitsu, me personally, before I grapple, I want food that digests very easily because you push hard, right? There's a lot of digestive challenges when you're pushing that hard. So what I typically eat is half an avocado and a whole orange. That gives me more than enough energy for about 90 minutes or so of hard pushing without feeling like I'm going to vomit. Some people like something a little more hearty, maybe like a sprouted grain bread with some raw honey, sliced banana, maybe some almond butter on there. Some people, they want to do like a little bit of a baked potato. I would take a baked potato, chop it in half, put a little grass-fed butter on there. That works well for some people. Also, it's learning more about you. It's learning more about how your body handles energy, substrate utilization, and really the style of training that you put out. I pretty much get my heart rate up in the 160s and maintain it up there. And that's more challenging on the digestive environment, let me tell you. Okarin says, nice idea, Devon. I agree, Devon. That's awesome. KC, 3 weeks to shredded, a good program to do leading up to a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu tournament if I'm not doing it to make weight. Absolutely, it is. 3 weeks to shredded was designed for competition. It just so happens you have to weigh in before competition. But think about this. If our athletes made weight but didn't feel good to compete, they would have to have found another system. I would have had to create another system so I didn't lose the business and didn't fail the athletes. 3 weeks to shredded was designed to make weight and compete at your best, at world-class levels, at 100% of your full potential. 3 weeks to shredded is designed to not lose a single ounce of lean muscle tissue. 3 weeks to shredded is designed to perform at your peak abilities. That means over that 3-week period of time, and I proved it in the gym in hitting PRs, crushing PRs the last 21 days. I should have actually done more. Now that I look back, I wasn't making as big of jumps as I could have or maybe should have. But then again, I always preach staying conservative, not really risking red line training and risking an injury. So I'm coaching myself right now. And you guys kind of saw that, where a lot of times you get a little over exuberant. Man, 15-pound PR, that found awesome. Let me just do it one more time. Throw 25. And I was in that position a bunch of times. Let me just do one more set. That was so easy. Let me do one more set today. And I was like, you know what? Nope, back off. Look at my training journal. Nope, this is it. Let me walk away with that PR in my back pocket, healthy, and move on. That was the way to do it. So you just saw him. That's how I coach my out there. I just coach myself there. Omar, my day is awesome. David, what's up? Jack Ellison. Just flew by, Jack. There we go. Mike, you make me want to get back in boxing shape. Why not, man? Why not get in shape? Mike, I'm 5'10". How tall are you? I'm 5'10". At 210, you are a tank. I'm like a square. Look, I'm more like a square walking around than anything else. Clint, my resting heart rate is mid to high 50s. I'm 43 years of age. Wondering what heart rate you recommend for me doing LISS. I like LISS personally. For the average healthy adult, I like the LISS heart rate to be between 90 and 110. Sometimes it'll peak up and get into the 120s, even 130s for some people. 90 to 110 is the sweet spot. Usually after a few weeks or so of performing it, you'll see your heart rate naturally drop back down. That's ideal. This is aerobic training. We don't want to get into the teens and into the 20s where we risk actually using glycogen, and we don't want to do that. Stored glycogen, glucose stored as glycogen. We don't want to do that. We really want to just focus on utilizing fat, that stored fat. Mo, let me check this right now. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you. Get this done right now. Bang, boom, bing. There we go. There we go. All right, guys. I'm clicking through, putting the team on it immediately. Thank you. You're watching me work, getting everyone on board. I know we were doing some updates, so it could just be the updates have been deployed a little early. Bang, bang, bang. All right, and salutations. All right. Boom. Bang. Sorry, guys. I appreciate that. Don't worry. That will be back up momentarily. Bang, boom, bang. All right. What else we got? Clint, my resting heart rate is meant to answer that. Mo, you're awesome. Thank you. Nino, is it possible to drop 5% using 3 weeks to shredded? Drop 5% of total body weight? Absolutely. Body fat depends. That would be harder for me to say with not knowing you. Van, any recommendations for preventing loose excess skin from happening when I'm on this weight loss journey? A diet of high micronutrient density, high antioxidants, high phytonutrition, high micronutrition. Sorry, phone call kind of blew me off. That's what I found. I went from 282 down to 169 and didn't have any loose skin because I believe I had a diet that was consistent, that consisted primarily of earth-grown foods, nutrient dense, micro and phytonutrient dense earth-grown nutrients, which are vital to the replication of your skin cells. Remember, your skin cells have this life cycle. They live and die constantly. As we're talking right now, they're living and dying. If we are not providing them with the proper raw materials that they need to replicate to the best possible, the most efficient possible version of themselves or their next genesis, why would it be better? That is our assumption, and it seems to work extremely well. It worked great for me, and it works great for many people who don't need skin surgery after following our program and losing a dramatic amount of weight. I lost 113 pounds, 282 to 169. I have no loose skin. It took a little while. It wasn't day one shrink rep. It takes a little while, but that micronutrient dense diet is everything. Jack says, last time I talked to you, Bitcoin was around 5,000. Now it's around 10,000. This is just the beginning of Bitcoin's bull run. Most analysts are calling over 100,000 in 2 to 3 years. That's crazy. I just don't know enough about it. Although we do accept Bitcoin at dolcedietshop.com, I don't know enough about it to really get in or get out. So I appreciate you talking to us about it. Jack, I love your financial info as well. I appreciate that, Jack. Thank you. Just telling the truth. I've been blessed to be around some very financial people, very successful, very financially savvy, successful, experienced people. I've been blessed to be around that. I do have a background working in the financial markets and with regards to real estate taxation and assessment valuation. So I have strong backgrounds in that area, and I've also run multiple businesses as a president of an S corporation, a sole proprietor. I understand in multiple states. I understand tax structure. I understand cash flow. I understand P&Ls. And we've never actually had a loan. We've never had a lease. We've never had a mortgage. So we've never had to go to like the VC route. We've never had to get investors. And so I understand the value of cash, which a lot of people don't understand, that most of their business is built upon debt. Can I do 3 weeks to shredder while training for a marathon? Don, I don't think why not. We actually worked with Galen Rupp, who took 3rd place for the United States in the 2016 Olympic marathon, right? Awesome. Ruhada Galen. And part of our job working with Galen was to get him leaner and lighter so he could be more efficient. So his power to really, the goal was to increase his power to kg ratio, get him as light as possible to not expend additional energy moving that mass through the course, and not getting his heat signature as high. So a lot of really sophisticated work that we did in getting his weight down. I would assume, now not knowing you, so this has to be general information, that it would work well for you. Warrior says, opinions on Dos Santos versus Ngannou. Does this show how good Stipe is or how much Francis has matured? I think both. Stipe is awesome. Francis has, of course, matured. And opinions on Stipe versus DC. Hard to root against DC. I think Stipe learned a lot from that fight. I think Stipe is the type of guy who can beat a DC at this stage of DC's career. There's a lot of context in this statement. DC's been at it for a while, for a long time. He's had the big fights, and he's at the end stage of his career now, and he's got a bunch of money sitting in his house or whatever in his bank account. Stipe is hungry to get his title back and to get vindication. So this is a challenging fight for a few different reasons. Now, if I had to say the totality of their careers, who's the better overall athlete, I would say that's DC because of his wrestling pedigree, what he's done in the lightweight or light heavyweight division, and then the heavyweight division. Stipe, on the other hand, though, man, he is the most successful heavyweight fighter in the history of the UFC. That can't be discounted either. And everyone, if you are here, I appreciate that. Just give us a thumbs up. Bang, 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 bang. Give a thumbs up to this video if you appreciate it, if you appreciate the time, if you appreciate the content, if you appreciate this cool shirt. If you appreciate me almost breaking my $300 microphone, just to show you my cool $20 t-shirt. There you go. Thumbs up. Sean, only thing that we should be fat is that wallet. Boom. I like that. That's the truth. That's the truth. And everyone should be getting those wallets fatter, get those waists leaner and those wallets fatter. We'll be talking about that stuff too. Jack, I would have loved to see the fight a few rounds. I could see how much Francis really improved. I agree with that. Rodney, thoughts on Bones versus Santos? I think John runs through him. I think John Jones is the greatest mixed martial artist on the planet. He might be the greatest mixed martial artist of all time. Joel, what about GSP? What about Royce Gracie? Yeah, those are great athletes. They did great things. But you look at who John Jones fought, and you look at the way John Jones beat these men. John Jones beat the murderers row of MMA, and he beat them in devastating fashion. George is one of my favorite athletes. I think George is an amazing spokesperson, an ambassador for this sport, and George is on the Mount Rushmore of greatest. But it's a hard right, and John is still in the middle of his career, so you can't make a final judgment just yet. But it's hard to pick another athlete that has a better resume than John Jones. You look at who he fought and how he fought them. That's what matters. Philanthropy. Yes. Joey. Thanks, Jack. Congrats on 23 pounds. That is awesome, man. Boom. My last day is today, and we'll report my altogether weight loss tomorrow. Should be interesting. Great job. Joey, thank you. I appreciate that. Keep it up, man. Get that push in tonight. Mikey, yeah, heck yeah. Dolce, I'm down 6 pounds in 5 days on 3 weeks to shredded. Bang. Mikey Carroll down 6 pounds in 5 days, beating the 1 pound per day average. Why not you? Why not you? Why have you not gone? Well, right now, because the DolceDiet.com might not even be up right now. I wonder, you guys might have actually crashed it. That's possible. You guys might have crashed it. How about that? That would be a good thing. There's worse things. Let me actually check on a different browser. Nope, can't open. All right, so that's down at the moment, but keep checking back. It will be back up soon. Have any bodybuilders got mad at you for that video? What video? I don't think I said anything bad. No, because they all agree. My buddy's in the bodybuilding. I think we're talking about drug use. Nope, they all agree. Lee Mason, hey, coach, been a while since I last did 3 weeks of shredded. Finally got my partner to try 3 weeks of shredded. She's finally seen the results that you and others in the Dolce recipe group can you give. Laura, a shout out. Laura, what's up, Laura? Good to see you. Congratulations. Keep it up. Keep pushing, Laura. Enjoy, and then stay in the community. It's awesome to have great people like you guys out there. I really do appreciate it. Jack says, get the likes up. Bang, bang, bang. Exactly, Jack. I appreciate that. Thank you. Okarin, it's amazing. Detective/genius. Will you upload the live? I will. Absolutely. Chad, hey, coach, did Champion Blueprint start today? It did not start today because we were in the 3 weeks of shredded world. It will start soon. Edgar, howdy, coach. How did you arrive at the conception of the Dolce Diet principles? A lifelong pursuit of knowledge and truth. That's really what it came down to, a lifelong pursuit of knowledge and truth. But I had the benefit of working with the world's greatest athletes for over 20 years. So I had a constant array of data rolling back to me. I was never without this world-class data constantly rolling back to me. I understand exactly what works for this wide variety of very diverse individuals from different socio-geographical, economic, cultural parts of the world. And I could see what worked for everybody. What worked for some, but worked for everybody. And we focused on all of the things that worked for everybody. It was best practices. So during the totality of my career, that's what I've been collecting. And I realized the simplicity of it to build our system. Mike, chicken sumo stir fry for breakfast after lists. If you can't have the nuts and seeds in the breakfast bowl, chicken sumo stir fry for breakfast. After lists, if you can't have the nuts and I wouldn't do that. I would just pull out the nuts and the seeds and then just have the breakfast bowl as is with fruit. That should be fine. Daddy, Mike, what did you differently on 3 weeks of shredded compared to your everyday life? A little more structure, Just more structure with my meal times, more structure with my portion sizes. That was it. More structure with the intervals in between meals. That was the big thing. Prior to that, I was eating actually less. I was eating like 4 meals per day and a snack. This time I was eating like 5 meals a day and a snack, and that matters because you have to fit that in even intervals. So it was the even intervals, it was the even portion sizes, and it was just the consistency. That's all. Rodney, could TJ Dillashaw have avoided using EPO, cutting down the 125? He had a more nutritionally dense weight cutting diet. I don't know what he ate, so I can't really honestly comment. I say, yeah, it's possible. Anything's possible, right? You don't have to jump out of the rules in order to make weight or compete. So, I think he's been pretty honest about it, and you got to respect that for TJ. Warrior, I think Stipe underestimated DC just like Francis underestimated Stipe could be. Omar, when I do my fasted walk, my butt beats per minute is at 60. I can't get it to 90 range unless I overexert myself. I'm still getting fat loss benefits. Omar, that's really rare. My strong suggestion is go to your doctor. Go to your doctor and just get a wellness check. Get a checkup. Make sure everything's right. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I don't know if it's right. I would say go to your doctor. It's very odd to have a active heart rate of 60 beats per minute. I've never actually heard of that. Maybe you're a genetic superior and you should be in the Tour de France, possible. But I would say go to your doctor and get a complete workup, and let's make sure everything's running the way it should. Tim Hightower, Dolce looking straight gully in that thumbnail. Yeah, right. Casey, is it okay to add mushrooms or more veggies to recipes? Yes, it is. Jack, on 3 weeks shredded, I'd be careful though, because you can start making some really weird exchanges. So be careful. I'd say no on shredded. On living lean, yeah. Jack True, I think he did underestimate DC the first time, and I think that Father Time might catch up to DC. Catches up with everyone eventually. Rodney, when cutting weight, can I get away with sprouted bread, or should I stick to? I ate sprouted bread every other day. I probably had 6 slices per week, averaged out. So you got to be careful. That is impressive that you never had to get a loan. Wow. Now that is financial discipline. Exactly, Jack. We said we grew at the rate of cash. We cash flow everything. We don't have cash. We don't buy it. If I can't buy it for cash, I don't buy it. Period. The end. There is no loans. There are no leases. There is no debts. There are no mortgages. There's no credit cards. There's no car notes. There's none of that stuff. If I can't buy it for cash, I don't buy it. Period. The end. Done. I answer to nobody. That's what makes life so easy and flexible. I don't care. What are we going to eat? That's all I got to pay for. What are we going to eat? Lights are on. Great. That's fine. All those little, basic silly bills, that's all fine and done. Those are known in advance, already paid for, done deal. Nobody telling me what I have to do. No banks leaning over my shoulder. No creditors leaning over my shoulder. No investors. No board members. None of that stuff. None of that stuff. No shareholders. No stockholders. None of that stuff. We do the right things and we don't have to answer to anybody. That's the beauty of our business. Thoughts on both main event fights this weekend? I didn't watch the full fights, actually. I was just not what I do anymore. I'll watch those fights this week. I don't watch the live fights anymore. I just watch them on what's it called? Fight Pass. Yeah, I watch them on the app later on in the week. I don't take that time away from my family. The fights come on during family time. I got 2 little kids. I'm not going to tell my kids to go shut up or go downstairs because there's fights on. I'm not going to hang out with my kids in the room while I'm staring at the fights. It's just not the way I choose to live my life. I'm doing kids stuff. My kids are only going to be 4 and 2 once. This is the only time they're ever going to be at this age and stage of life. And I have decided to be completely present with them. I am a present parent. That's why I've structured my life the way it is. Omar, what questions? I'm sorry, my man. Omar, what makes staying at lower body fat harder? Do you feel more hungry? Or is it more questions of meal timing and preciseness? Well, your body the human body, for most, the average healthy adult, single digit body fat percentage isn't natural. Right around that 12% on average. That's more average. 12 to 14, very average. You're eating well, you're relatively, exercising, you're pretty active. That's where the body's going to go. It's a fight to get down to 10, to 9, to 8. It's a fight. It's diligence. There's no surplus there. The body wants a bit of a surplus. You want to have some extra energy to pull from. That's in our genetic code. So it makes it harder to stay super lean. It's possible, but you just got to work for it. Jem Mint says, you look very muscular. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. I hope so. I've worked my tail off to do that. But that feedback is really cool, and I appreciate it. I'm working my tail off, and I'm proving that it's possible. Warrior 46 watching and only 34 likes, kind of pump up those numbers. It's funny how the numbers come in and out. You know, there are a few hundred people watch these streams, you know, sometimes as many as 1,000 during the live streams. They just come in and out. You know, I do them during the daytime when people are at work, whatnot. But yeah, it would be nice to see bang, 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 bang. Thumbs up, guys and gals. I appreciate the thumbs up. It's just a little click, right there. Click, just a little click. Let me know you're out there. I appreciate you. Baris says, Coach, can I use honey or peanut butter as a coffee sweetener? That's up to you. Peanut butter, I've never tried that before. To let me know how it goes. Sure. Raw, organic, local honey. Sure. Why not? That's what I used to do when I enjoyed it. Now I don't like any sweetener in my coffee. Morning workout recommendation, outdoor run or lift weights before work? Outdoor run for sure. Lift weights later in the day. Alex, is it wrong to combine sprints with my regular running session? I live in inner city, so I need to get to the nearby jogging. Nope, I love that. It's called fartlek training, Fartlek. Look that up. It's going to open a whole world to you. Most disciplined fighter you have ever worked with? Mirsad Bektik. Mirsad Bektik lives it. Coach Mike, Joey says, did you maintain the same strength during training? Absolutely. I crushed it. I actually improved my strength. I improved my strength. I improved my endurance. I improved my recovery ability. Everything went up over the last 21 days. There was not a single downturn anywhere. 101 Shred, what's up, Mike? I'm on day 8 of 3 weeks to Shredded. Do you think I could do weights before a light jit session? I've been working on getting some lists in, but I'm having a hard time finding the time around work. You could get weights in beforehand. Kurt Angle, who was a legitimate amateur wrestler, Kurt Angle won the gold medal in the Olympics for the United States in freestyle wrestling as a heavyweight. Kurt Angle said one of the reasons he felt he was so successful, he would do his entire strength and conditioning workout prior to his technical wrestling practice. This way, he would be practicing while utterly fatigued, which allowed him the ability to maintain and execute perfect form even when fatigued, because he knew he would be tired pushing and moving around these much bigger men. That's one anecdotal answer to your question that seemed to be pretty darn well thought out. And I've seen other athletes do something similar. Ideally, it's best to separate the two if you have the time. KC, what about those who struggle with eating the exact same thing for 5 or 6 straight days? Any wiggle room or interchanging recipes? Well, we don't. That's the beautiful thing. On 3 weeks of Shredded, the first 4 days of 3 weeks of Shredded, it's the same menu. For the first 4 days, you got to follow it the first 4 days. After that, it starts to rotate quite a bit. The first 4 days, we're setting your metabolism in place. We're getting all the variables out of the way. That's important because you're coming out of one life. We need to transition you into the next life. But there's a lot of variety in 3 weeks of Shredded that you'll see. So there's a lot of variety. You don't have to worry about it. We rotate it constantly. Alex, I drink a lot of filtered water with added fresh mint and fresh ginger. Is that wrong? No, that sounds great. I love it. Omar, thanks for your time and answers. You're the man. Thanks, Omar. Rodney, thanks for all of your free advice. You're a real OG. I'm here to help you guys. Howard, coach, what's your ab routine? I train core. I don't train my abs. I train my core every single time I go to the gym. And most of what I do in the gym is all full body style training anyway. So I'm working my core while I'm working the other muscle groups, standing overhead military presses and bent over barbell rows from the floor and things such as that. So always working my core. But I always make a conscious effort to train my core for 10 to 20 minutes directly after every single strength session I have. So I train my core typically 4 or 5 days per week. And I have a rolling curriculum. There's quite a few exercises I'm focused on, but I focus on basically take a 360 degrees, take a sphere and wrap it around your core. It should be full and multi-dimensional. I'm trying to train every basic mechanical motion of my core as I'm training. And I do that through a lot of different implements. Joey, Coach Mike, did you use the water technique the last 3 days? I did not. That's one of the beautiful things. I didn't do the weight cut version. I didn't need to, right? I was like, should I? No, I might do it with Mirsad Bektik. I'm out with him 2 weeks from now in Sacramento. I might do it with him there, but why? Maybe not. If I did, I would have got down easily into the mid 90s. But there was no reason for me to do that. I've cut weight enough times in my life. And you know, because I got two little babies in the house too, and that was more challenging. I was like, I did think about it, but the kids they wanted attention, and I'm not just gonna go and there was no reason for me to do that. Team Hazards, hey Dolce, I've done the same thing as Kurt Angle when it comes to training. We do a full boxing conditioning workout and then we spar right after. That's crazy. How's it go? Do you like it? Joey, thanks for all your answers. You got it. Rodney, do you still train MMA? I do. I do still train MMA. I don't spar anymore. It doesn't really make sense to spar. But I train the arts about 4 days a week or so. I was wrestling a lot over the spring, which is awesome. So I've been doing a lot more boxing work, a lot more, you know, kind of mixing up a little, a lot more boxing work, a lot more clinch work, a little bit of ground stuff, but not a ton of ground. I was doing a lot of wrestling, like traditional, you know, folk style wrestling, really, you know, that's really what we were focused on. It was awesome. So I kind of miss that, but you know, everyone school's out and everyone kind of went back. I was training with a lot of the college dudes around here, so everybody, you know, kind of went home. So hoping to cue that back up late summer. Rodney, financial advice for someone living paycheck to paycheck. 10% of you make is yours to keep. Take 10% of every single paycheck that comes in and pay yourself first. Put that into a savings account that you never touch. You never, ever, 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 ever touch it. For now, every paycheck that comes in, you get paid $100, you take $10 and you immediately transfer that into a savings account that you never touch. That is not your emergency fund. That is nothing. That is your future fund. You don't touch that. You take another 10%, you build up your emergency fund. That emergency fund should start at $1,000 a la Dave Ramsey, and then it should equate to at least 3 months of all lifestyle expenses. Once you get to that point, you're going to be feeling pretty good about things. And I guarantee, Rodney, you can live on 80% of what you make. You can pay all your bills and all the other stuff on 80%. You might have to cut, you know, tighten that belt just a little bit, but 10% goes to future you. You never touch it. Never touch it until Uncle Mike says so. The other 10% goes into your emergency fund. That emergency fund starts at $1,000. That's goal number one in case your muffler goes out, your AC breaks down, you need stitches, or who knows what happens. And then you grow that to 3 months of expenses, which means if you didn't get a paycheck for 3 months, everything is paid for. You need to start there. You need to go and get The Richest Man in Babylon. You need to buy that book. It's like a $2.99 audio download on iTunes or Kindle or whatever. Or you can get the book, go to the library and get the book if you can do that. That's great. You need to read that book twice in a row and you need to start. Pay yourself first 10%, and then get that emergency fund built up, and then start looking for other work, start looking for better work, start looking for side hustles, start looking for ways that you can bring in an extra $10 a week. That's $40 a month. Are you crazy? Now, if you can cut your expenses $10 a week, you just had a $20 swing in your pocket per month. You're making $80 a month now, which is awesome. That's $1,000 a year extra in your bank account. Why not? Why not do that? Why not do that? So that's just Uncle Mike. That's just a little bit. I don't want to get too much of it. All right, guys and gals, it is time. We are at the 60-minute mark, so I appreciate each and every one of you being here. Give this video a thumbs up, bang, bang, bang. If you're interested in coming to hang out with me maybe in August, leave comments below this video. If you want to get in the best shape of your life as fast as possible, go to thedolcediet.com and start that 3 weeks to shredded program. If the site's down right now, don't worry. We're doing an upload. I just got a note from the team. It will be back up soon, so do not worry. It will be right back. And until next time, boom. There we go. There we go, guys and gals. I appreciate